The U.S. Marshal's office confirmed just about 30 minutes ago that the suspect involved in this afternoon shooting has died. They say that a deputy commanded the suspect to drop his weapon before he ultimately pulled the trigger.
Tonight, the coroner in Columbus, Ohio, says preliminary autopsy results show Casey Goodson was shot multiple times over the weekend, mounting anger.
And he deserves better. His family deserves better, and they deserve justice.
Well, Carrie, I can tell you one of the people I spoke with today was Sheriff Dallas Baldwin. He was very hopeful that the state would take over this investigation, but just within the last couple of minutes, the state says they will not accept this case. A BCI spokesperson saying this decision comes as a result of not knowing why so much time passed.
There were a lot of questions about who will handle the investigation into Casey Goodson's death. We now know Columbus Police, along with the U.S. Attorney's Office, will investigate.
I actually hit the cut button on there a little too soon. Apologies for that. So let's talk about the case of Casey Goodson out of Columbus, Ohio, because this case really stinks. And as we unpeel this rotten onion, it stinks more and more. The story, as we understand it, is this. The U.S. Marshals were on a warrant, arresting a fugitive on a warrant. And there were sheriff's deputies that were in support of the U.S. Marshals. We know because we hear this story over and over and over again. They allege that Casey Goodson drove by and flashed a gun while the police were there after being done with their fugitive investigation. Full stop. Casey Goodson, what do we know about him? We know he's 23 years old. He has no criminal record. Not only does he not have a criminal record, he is a concealed carry permit holder. So the bar, right? The bar is higher than just a generic did not get into trouble. We can probably safely assume that he did not have any mental health history, did not have any drug history. By all reports, he has never been in trouble. He has been a good individual. He was coming back from a dentist appointment, and it was probably, we can conclude, probably just like a general teeth cleaning. Why can we probably conclude that? Because he was carrying some Subway sandwiches to bring home to eat. And generally, if somebody has had a root canal or filling or is high on drugs, as chuds,
it's a cannibalistic humanoid underground dweller,
may try to attempt to go, well, this is why this happened this way. None of this fits. So a 17-year on-duty sheriff, 17-year of experienced sheriff's deputy, of course he has to go because he flashed a gun. Casey Goodson is literally walking into his house. He is told to drop the gun. He doesn't drop the gun. And Casey Goodson is shot 3 times. Now, they say he's been shot 3 times in the abdomen in the news. This is what officials say. By all reports, he was shot 3 times in the back. That is by the people who witnessed the shooting, which is his cousin and grandmother who were in the home that saw the shooting happen. Yes, Casey Goodson was essentially executed in front of his grandmother. Oh, and there's one other problem with this whole story. His family says Casey Goodson wasn't carrying a gun. They say he was carrying a Subway sandwich. Now, the police department have not been very forthcoming, and we know that because multiple investigating sources have been saying they haven't been very forthcoming. So far, they have not released any body cam video. What a shock on that. They have released the 911 calls, and the 911 calls all go, somebody just tried to break. The first 911 call from the cousin basically is somebody just tried to break into the house and they have shot my cousin, which indicates to me that the sheriff's deputy may have been plain clothes. We don't know that, but they did not say police just shot our cousin for no reason. It was like some dude just broke into our house and just shot my cousin. You need to get somebody out here. The other thing is that the police have strategically said, well, we did find a weapon, but of course they didn't say where the weapon was or, where they found the weapon. Now, if Casey Goodson was a concealed carry holder and say he had that gun safely concealed carried in a holster, well, of course the police are going to find a gun on his dead body, right? But this is why the state of Ohio has said, oh, no, we're not investigating this. The reason they're not is because they said it took so long before investigators said, maybe something's a little rotten with this. We should hand this off. And the state of Ohio is going, you've already screwed this investigation up. We're not going to take the fall on it. So guess who's going to investigate? Yeah, the Columbus Police Department. They're going to investigate a police shooting that happened in Columbus, Ohio. Let me guess what they're going to decide. It was totally justified. You know it, I know it, they know it, because that's how it rolls. That's why Black Lives Matter. That's why an accomplice and more than an ally. Because we know how this is going to play out. The FBI has moved in, and they're going to work with the city of Columbus in a possible civil rights violation in his killing. But of course, we know how those investigations typically play out, and that is going to be probably a big, fat nothing burger. Too many names. And tonight in Seattle, there was a candlelight vigil that started at 6:30 for Casey Goodson. This has to stop. Too many names, too many people. Casey Goodson's crime right now appears to be getting his teeth cleaned or having a dentist appointment and picking up a Subway sandwich.